Hey guys, Deslator Magic here, and this isn't a magic video, but you guys always seem interested when something this crazy goes down, especially involving my channel. You might have heard a long time ago, even some tech channels, no joke, some tech channels fell for the scam that literally stole their entire YouTube channel because it was the perfect social engineering attack. Now, I don't mean to dump on them, but I would not have fallen for this, and I didn't fall for it this time. Well, initially I did. Let's jump into it. And if you can't tell, I am fuming over this because of the amount of time and effort that I put into this. So here was the initial email I got to my business inquiry email that's on the About tab on my channel. You know, that's where everybody contacts you for any kind of sponsorship. And I get maybe one sponsorship offer every 2 months. Really not that many. A lot of garbage mobile games and So it started with, hello, my names are Jacob. And I'm like, okay, I guess I read past that because I was tired, but bad spelling is just textbook scam. You're not working with people if you have bad spelling. And NordVPN, I think, is an American company, or at least European. Yeah, they can afford English reps. They have enough money. So other than that, this is pretty perfect English. So at NordVPN, we have one goal, and that is to make the internet a more secure and private place. We search for social media influencers who could help to promote our service. How did I read past all of this? We would like to find out if you would be interested in promoting NordVPN on your YouTube channel. This feature would be a short clip, approximately 15 to 20 seconds long, that showcases the features of our VPN. I will also ask you to answer a few questions. Do you have any other social platforms besides YouTube? How much does 1 minute of video on your channel cost? Could you tell us about your previous promotion campaigns, who you have worked with, and were they successful? If you are interested, please let us know as soon as possible. So that is the most typical sponsorship email I have ever seen. It looks just like every other one. In fact, I suspect that this person, whose name, by the way, definitely is not Jacob Wilson and definitely does not work for NordVPN, but I think the person really behind this stole that email from an actual NordVPN promotion email. I think they just copied and pasted it. So I was going to put my response up, but it contains so much information I would have to blank out, like my demographics, my advertising strategy, and just stuff I don't want public that... Here it is. I just blurred the whole thing, but that's how much I wrote back. You know, here's what happened in the past. It worked. I tend to get better conversions because I'm actually sincere and I don't, overdo it. It's not just an ad read and give me a paycheck. It's, hey, I declined 10 sponsorship. Here's one that's actually not crap because I have standards and people might actually use it. I mean, you guys know I usually even do free stuff for stuff that makes you money. Like I've done like Gray Vikings games before. You can sell them arena codes, by the way. Yeah, they have a buy list for arena codes. If you have code cards, like hit them up. Look at how much I wrote. Like that's like a short book. And I was trying to justify the price, which I actually cut my price because I'm just like, I don't know. Whenever it's open-ended, you got to highball them and see if they lower it because I've lowballed them. And let's just say 1 or 2 of the first sponsorships on this channel were a little bit cheaper than they should have been for videos with, 30, 40, 50,000 views. So after taking the time to do that, instead of following up on the new job I was starting or finishing my taxes, I wrote this. Next, they wrote back, from the entire NordVPN team, we are happy to hear that. We appreciate your willingness to share our products with your audience. In a nutshell, we are considering, okay, you guys get it. It's like, here, download this, here's all the materials, and a kind of graphics, some little glorified PowerPoint or some little pre-rendered thing they paid too much for. Very, very, very standard. I mean, Into the AM did the same thing. They're like, here's some marketing materials, here's a new promotion, here's what we want you to, focus on if you want. And here's a little 30-second little animated thing we put together. I'm like, cool, less editing for me. I mean, I appreciate that. And they usually do send it via Dropbox. Now, I blanked out the URL there. And then they're like, okay, the password for the archive is, and then that code. Remember that. And remember, it's Dropbox.com. Like, that's not like a fake URL that leads to a virus, okay? I'm not an idiot. And my router, my system, my everything, I usually open these links in virtual machines. I'm not stupid, okay? You're not going to get me with a malicious link, and I think they know that. So, I mean, they're like 50% advance on the work. That's actually pretty standard if they really want to be polite and they have a good reputation, which, yeah, NordVPN, they've got legitimate website links and Instagram links down below. They've got instructions, but look at the spelling in this. Now, the funny thing is you might have noticed, I guess you didn't because I blurred it, but I said, well, I want to do an integration about a VPN in my EST channel as well as this one. I'll shout it out here, but the other one's going to be a really high conversion rate even though it has less subs. So in this one, they addressed that. They wrote it like, hey, sure, you can put it on 2 channels. Like I'm actually dealing with somebody who's like responding to what I say. This isn't a robot. This is a real person. Now I was like, okay, maybe they're going with like an Indian call center type thing, but with like emails for their sales because they do such high volume. There's no point in having American ones, I guess. Maybe that explains the spelling, but then there was the line, include your payment details, bank account number, or PayPal cryptocurrency. And I'm like, I get it, it's 2022. I got crypto, send it over. But then I'm like, but no company does that. And also they just said crypto. They didn't say like which cryptocurrency. So they're like, fill out the contract, read the terms, run the software to install the thing, and watch the promotional video. I bet you, because I didn't unzip this archive, that it was a real promotional video too. And I bet it was the real terms. Didn't even unzip it because I'm not an idiot. Now, most people would fall for this. Here's the zip file. Now, it's password protected, but what they really mean is it's encrypted. It's not just, oh, it's a password, but then you can just rip the data out of it. No, it is encrypted, and that is the decryption key. That means that the automatic virus scanner on Dropbox.com is not going to pick up what's inside of this. I think that they even popped a warning because this is such a prevalent thing that says, FYI, we can't virus scan this, just so you know. Okay, it's not like that abnormal to encrypt a file because people use this for businesses and stuff. But just so you know, we couldn't virus check it. Would you like to still proceed to the download? I'm like, yes, I'm going to virus check it myself. Well, if you haven't already caught it, really? Let me start at the bottom and go up. Additional terms, text file, TXT, fine. General terms of service, TXT file, fine. NordVPN logo, I don't doubt that that's the logo. I am not going to unzip this. Then we've got the pre-roll video example, 30 seconds, 1080p, 60 FPS, .mp4. That's an MPEG-4 file. You can't hide a virus or code that I know of. There's no exploits in MP4. And they probably stole it from either a NordVPN marketing packet or from another YouTuber. Then we have it. NordVPN promotion information for YouTube partners text and script .docx.exe. Windows 7, 8, 8.1, 10, and 11 all have hide extensions for known file types turned on by default. So you don't, constantly when you're trying to, rename a JPEG, see blah, 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 .jpeg, and then the .jpeg gets in the way. And then when you rename it, they're like, are you sure you want to have it .nothing? And then it's a file of unknown type. It's just a convenience thing, okay? This ain't Windows 3.1. You don't need to see dot and then the ending on everything, okay? Well, exe is a known file type. So somebody might just look and they'll say, oh, .docx, okay. And then they won't see the .exe part. Exe is executable file. That's a program. That right there is a virus. So I replied with some things that I can't repeat here on YouTube. I did not have nice things to say to this person, which clearly I was talking to a person. And I mean, okay, two things set this off. Well, 2.5. One, the bad English, but even me, let alone someone else, could be like, okay, it's a non-American rep speaking pretty good English. Whatever. NordVPN, maybe they're from Norway. I don't know. Honestly, 3 of the legit sponsorship offers I had pretty bad English. That's just par for the course. I looked up their company, they're foreign, like whatever. Second, when they said, just give us your bank account number, and I'm like, what are you, selling me crypto miners? And plus cryptocurrency, like address, and they just said crypto information? Like, what? And then the double extension. Those were the 3 things, or like 2.5 things, I guess, that put the susometer to imposter level, okay? And I mean, okay, seriously? A double extension attack? What is this, 2002 LimeWire? Am I gonna run linkinpark.mp3.exe? No, I'm not, because I'm not an idiot. Like, literally, this is like a 25-year-old exploit. And the zip file shows extensions probably for this very reason, whether your OS wants to hide them or not. Then again, I'm using 7-zip, maybe WinZip doesn't, and maybe Windows doesn't. In fact, my guess is Windows itself probably doesn't if you open the zip in Windows. So if you were like, oh, DocX, yeah, I can open that in Word or LibreOffice, technically. Technically, you can open it in WordPad. It'll kind of render. If somebody opens it, that's it. Their channel's gone. At least that's my assumption. I can't imagine what else they were trying to do, targeting, at the individual level and talking one-on-one with these people. They've got to be going after YouTube channels, not, oh, here's one more computer to add to the botnet. Okay, go download or upload some fake, whatever to some torrent site and have 10,000 people download and run it. No, they're attacking YouTubers to get YouTube channels. That's what they did last time. They took over the person's channel, got upload rights or added themselves as admin or changed the password or stole the login token or whatever. And I mean, what kind of idiot doesn't have 2-factor turned on? But I heard there's some kind of weird bypass for it for some things. I don't know. And then they just upload some crypto scam video pretending to be you, pretending to be a sponsorship, and hope that the stupidest 1% of people fall for it. That is what they did last time. And then YouTube suspends them for crypto scams, and then your account's deleted. Not just difficult to recover, not just they jacked the password and added their own 2FA. On top of all that, YouTube called you a scammer and deleted your channel with no warning. 3 strikes right off the bat. And now you have to deal with that. And if you're a small channel, you are never recovering from this. You have to start over. That's how bad this is. Okay, at least that's what it was last time. And just the fact that I just got this email again from a different domain, it must be working. They must be hitting people really hard. And to even target a channel with 50K subs, I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Plus, YouTube just made it mandatory to turn on 2-factor authentication with a phone via text or with an authenticator. I put both on, plus additional security, plus backup admins, plus API blocking. I mean, I made it as hard as possible to steal my channel. It's still probably not impossible. Now it's up to Google. I'm not stupid enough to do anything dumb like run this. But for the people that are, boy, I think we're about to see thousands of channels get hit by this. So if you know somebody who runs a channel, send them this video. And that's about all I got to say about this. So hopefully I can get a $1,000 sponsorship some other way, so I could buy a new pop filter to replace the one that broke on this mic. So you people have a nice day. I'll see you guys next time.